Welcome to another episode of Fan-Made Games, and you guys have been asking a lot for Mario fan games, and well, there's too many of them. Like, I would have to make multiple parts to cover all of the games I want to talk about. And while I was searching through, I surprisingly found a lot of Paper Mario fan games, so I thought it would be a great idea to do a video just on Paper Mario fan games. So, welcome to Paper Mario fan games. First off, like usual, let's talk about some games I wasn't actually able to play, though there really is only one game, that being Epic Paper Mario, a huge fan game being made by ICU Gigasoft, the same people behind The World Ends With You Noise Busters, Super Mario RPG The Starlight Worlds, Super Mario RPG The Seven Sages, and Pokemon Star Heroes and Adventurers. So they have a lot of fan games on their back, so I'm sure this one will turn out great. The second one isn't even a game, but a fan creation still. DeviantArt is well known for fan-created Paper Mario stories, with fan-drawn characters and plots to go along with them. And the most well-known of these is Paper Mario Countdown to Chaos. The reason this one specifically is the most well-known is because of how well it's designed. The plot is really interesting, all the characters stand out from the others, and even have stats made up for them. And there's even music composed for the game, but that's because the person who designed the game is going to school for exactly that. The game's plot revolves around Mario, who must collect the Chrome Stars, which have been scattered around different time periods, in order to keep the Grand Star Clock, the keeper of time in the Mushroom World, from stopping, effectively making time stand still for eternity. These events have been caused by an unknown force at first, and Mario investigates what, or exactly who, caused this. It's a great plot idea that allows you to travel to different time periods and meet all kinds of characters like knights, mummies, and robots. The game is well known as Countdown to Chaos, but the creator of the game wasn't actually a fan of the story and rebooted it as The Rewind Chronicles. There's no longer time travel, but going to different places in time is still part of the story, though the creator of the game has not stated how this will be possible. I'm overall excited to see how it turns out and would love if Nintendo contacted him to use his story for a Wii U or NX game because it's a brilliant idea. Well, now that we got those games out of the way, let's move on to some that I was actually able to play. And the first two we will be talking about are, well, how do I put it? Not good. The first of this bunch is Paper Mario Journey to Peach, where enemies submarine through the ground and have horrible hitboxes. The controls are also super floaty, like literally, when you jump you go super high, then float to the ground. It's not really fun, and I didn't even realize you could go down this warp pipe till I started editing the video and went back to do it a bit more. Just a heads up. It's a few more levels that aren't fun, and then a level with a bottomless hole you can't jump over. But really, compared to the next two games, this one is a masterpiece. These next two games are so bad, I just couldn't handle them. Like, just look at the gameplay. What is this? Why are the enemies moving so fast? How am I supposed to dodge that? The ceilings in some part are also so low, you just can't jump over them, so I just have to suck it up and take the damage. But really, that's not what annoyed me the most about this game. What annoyed me was the fact that once I died because of how stupidly this game was designed, the game just shuts off. No save, no continue, just shuts down. Imagine if you were about to beat Ganon in Link to the Past and you die. The game shuts off and you have to restart. Like, really? Why? The sequel is even worse too. The enemies aren't crazy, but you control so much worse than the last game, and if you die, it's game over. You touch one enemy, you skid past the turtle shell, you pixel touch a Goomba's toe. Game over. You have to restart and watch the decently long cutscene all over again. Let's move on to something that's actually good, please. Okay, truthfully, I wouldn't call the next game good, but it isn't bad. It's just weird. It's basically a short dating sim between Peach and Francis. There aren't many options, and pretty much every path ends with Francis running away or giving you the option to marry him or say, "Ew, gross." So yeah, like I said, not good, not bad, just weird. But on to some of the awesome games I was able to play. The first being Paper Mario. Yeah, it's just called Paper Mario. And while this one isn't too amazing, I still had fun playing it. The game has a weird top-down view and has you using Mario's spin ability a lot throughout the game to break blocks, dodge enemies, or fight bosses. It was simple but an enjoyable time, just stomping and smashing enemies and then spinning to kill bosses. Yeah, there really isn't much I can say about this game other than, hey, it was fun and I enjoyed playing it, so yeah. Next is the Paper Bowser Trilogy, a group of fan games based off the events in Thousand Year Door where you play as Bowser and smash through everything in your wake. The first game really isn't anything special. Peach and Mario are leaving on a vacation and Bowser is mad no one informed him of this or even invited him. So he heads off to give Peach a piece of his mind. The gameplay is pretty much a copy and paste of how it plays out in Thousand Year Door, and every once in a while you fight a Yoshi boss. It's simple but fun. The sequel adds some more features, including puzzles that have you clicking buttons to make your way through a maze-like area. It also has a new item that allows you to shrink or grow, allowing you to get into smaller areas. The story has you trying to get to the moon to steal Peach from the X-Nauts who have kidnapped her once again. I didn't play too far into it, but I really enjoyed the intro that has that comedic feel that Bowser always brings along with him. But truthfully, I just wanted to try out the third game, so I quickly skipped through the first and second game to get to the third one. Now, the plot of the third game has Bowser thinking he should stop trying to be so helpful, since it only ever gets him hurt, and he's going to go back to his big bad boss roots and steal Peach once again. So he heads off onto his journey to find Peach. Out of all three games, this one is definitely the most impressive one, with great graphics, an awesome soundtrack, tight controls, and spot-on humor. The game keeps you laughing through the plot as Bowser stumbles into a weird character who wants to cast him as the superhero of his new TV show, and he continues to bug Bowser by having him save a princess cow from a boss, kill some scary bandits, and then even just cause Bowser to straight up run away from him. I really wanted to keep playing this game, but when I went to pause it, I accidentally closed it. So I kind of lost all of my progress. There is a password system, but it brings you back to the first level of the world, and I was close to beating the world. And on top of that, I kind of wasn't paying attention to the passwords anyways. So let's move on to talking about the two games I enjoyed the most. The first is surprisingly the only game out of any of these that actually has a battle system like the original Paper Mario games did. It's titled Paper Mario Great Star Offensive. There is no plot from what I played other than Peach has gone away and you're taking care of things around the kingdom. The graphics aren't amazing, but hey, they do the job. The gameplay, on the other hand, is outstanding. Walking into an enemy will start a battle where you can attack enemies, use items, special abilities, or star attacks after unlocking them from beating a boss. And just like in the other Mario games, you can block attacks and do more damage by timing your button presses right. I can imagine how hard it must be to program a combat system like that, and whoever designed this game did a great job at it. On top of that, there are also plenty of secrets where you can find star pieces to buy new badges or get more money, and you can even buy items to use. And as you start each chapter, you get that nostalgic chapter intro like you would get in the original games. Really, if you love the first two Paper Mario games, this one is definitely a love note to them, and a fun little game to play if you want more Paper Mario. Plus, it's not short at all, so expect to spend a good chunk of time on it. Now, the last game is a more well-known Mario fan game, and is definitely a huge project. What I'm talking about is Paper Mario 3D Land, a mix between Super Mario 3D Land and Paper Mario. This game is the definition of a fan-made masterpiece. Beautiful levels, designs, characters, and more. If someone gave me this game and told me it was made by Nintendo, I would have totally believed them. The game plays exactly like Super Mario 3D Land, where you have an overworld that you choose a level from and then play through. You also get a good choice of power-ups. So far from what I played, I was able to get the Fire Flower, a Mole Suit, and a Flower Suit that lets you float for a while. There are also 3 green stars that you can find in each level and bosses to fight. I didn't play crazy far into the game because I needed to make this video and because this game is pretty long. But the first boss I faced was actually well designed, having you stand over grates and make the thwomp crash into the lava. If you do want to play fan-made Paper Mario games, I would really recommend playing Paper Mario 3D Land and Paper Mario Great Star Offensive, because they are both great games that should be experienced by any Paper Mario fan. And the others, well, some I would recommend, and others, well, play if you dare, I guess. Also, if you're interested, there is also Paper Mario Origami, a Paper Luigi's Mansion minigame, and Super Mario Sketch that, well, I just couldn't get any of them to work on my computer, but who knows, maybe you guys can. Thank you all for watching, and if you have any ideas for more fan-made game videos or games that I could play for a Mario fan-made games video, feel free to post them in the comments below because I would love to read them. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. I just have to give a huge thank you to my Patreons, because without them, I wouldn't be making these videos. So a huge thanks to Rob LaLiberty, Andre Drulard, Thomas Bethel, Ian Selch, and the YouTubers Save Load, Possum Gamer, Cray Trey, and Legend Gary. Speaking of Legend Gary, you guys should check out his awesome video on Sonic and the Black Knight. Check out the card that's popping up now, and I hope you enjoy it.